Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Kedar here. Today in this video, I wanted to talk about shift away from the US dollar as a global reserve currency and the new emergence of the tangible value. How the BRICS alliance is changing the global economy and how it could reduce the US dollar's dominance. This will reduce the value of the United States dollars over the past few years. Now the real question is, who will benefit most from the new currency? Well, whether it will be China, India, Russia, or South Africa, over the past few years, members of the BRICS deal have been planning to create an alternative for the US dollar. As recently reported by the International Monetary Fund, central banks are no longer holding the US dollar in the same quantities as previous years. In 2022, Russia started to explore stablecoins and even planning to create their joint stablecoin with Iran. And most importantly, this stablecoin would be backed up by gold and used across the border trade between two countries. Now, currently, 114 plus countries around the world are at a various stage of development, and with the majority of them already launching the pilot program or researching national digital currencies. For example, China has already launched its digital yuan, and Russia planning to launch digital ruble on April 1st, 2023. However, the rollout was indefinitely postponed due to the regulatory framework that is necessary to pilot the program, which is not being fully finalized yet. As per the same report, the legislation concerning the CBDC could be approved by the Russian State Duma in upcoming months, and it is expected to come in effect by May 2023. And in addition to the China and Brazil entered into the bilateral contract that will see both countries trade in their own currencies. This means that China's yuan will be directly exchanged for Brazil's currency. Now, all in all, these countries are setting up an example for other nations to follow as they move from US dollar as a global reserve currency towards the more tangible form of value. Now, speaking of how the BRICS alliance is changing the global economy and how it could reduce the US dollar's dominance in global markets, for those of you who don't know about the BRICS, BRICS is an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. It's alliance of five countries that are actively participating in global economy. So for example, Brazil and China recently entered into bilateral contract that will see both of the countries trade in their own currency. This means that China's yuan will be directly exchanged for Brazil's currency. And this new currency almost doesn't matter whether it's digital yuan or rupee or anything else. It's clear that this will reduce the value of the United States dollars, and this effect known as dollarization. Now, dollarization is the process of substituting the US dollar as the currency used for trading oil and other commodities. And not only BRICS alliance have tremendous impact economically, but the partnership between nations is growing stronger in terms of their foreign policies as well. So they have found common goals and common interest as well. Now, those in favor of the dollarization say that the process would reduce the other countries' dependence on the US dollar and the US economy, and this could help mitigate the impact of economic and political changes in the United States and other countries' economics. And it could also help to reduce exposure to the currency fluctuations and interest rate changes, which can help to improve the economic stability and reduce its risk and financial crisis. And this is especially most important for developing nations. Currently, China is also planning to launch its digital currency, which is backed up by yuan, and this digital currency will be similar to US dollar that is already used for digital payments, but it will be directly tied to the Chinese yuan instead of the US dollar. And honestly, this is a big step forward towards creating a new global currency system. Now, speaking of how the changes in the interest rates can help improve economic stability and reduce the risk of financial crisis, especially for those developing nations, according to the latest Bloomberg report, China's yuan has replaced the US dollar as the most traded currency in Russia. About 20% of the Russia's central bank reserves is held in yuan, and in the February, the yuan surpassed the dollar in monthly trading volume for the first time. And before this, yuan's trading volume on Russian market market was almost non-existent. But if the BRICS alliance nations go ahead with their plan to come up with a new currency, it could really help stabilize their economics. Now the real question is, who will benefit most from the new currency? Well, whether it will be China, India, Russia, or South Africa, I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll try my best to bring out all the latest details regarding the BRICS, the CBDC, the digital currencies. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like, share this video with your friends. And this is Kedar from How to Guys. See you in the next video.